All right, guys, welcome back to this week's market review. Yeah, we're supposed to go live, but I'm not actually going to be around by that time. So I decided to do a video and upload on YouTube so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at in the market, and YouTube can key into the opportunities of making maximum profits in the market. All right, we understand that the Forex market has been fluctuating, making different decisions, and it has been kicking people out. I see some persons crying, but glory be to God, our own case is not like that. We actually allow the market to come to us and take the best trade. Always remember to keep your charts simple. The moment you complicate your charts, you're going to have issues in your entry. If you're using different strategies, one is telling you buy, the other is telling you sell, you're just confused, you don't even know what it is. Just keep your charts simple and risk a little. So anything that happens with the market, you take it like that. To ensure that keeping your chart precise, you must have a very, very good win rate, a good strategy that works well for you. It's not for you to keep your chart simple and you're using rubbish. You understand? The rubbish will chop your eyes. Okay, so just simple. We're looking at GJ. You guys know that I'm a king of GJ and I love GJ so much. And you guys know that GJ has given me most of the money. Now, for me to pick GJ as my favorite bet doesn't now mean that you should only focus on GJ. No, it's what actually works for me. All right, so you can have different one that works for you. There's someone that is very popular that actually uses Euro USD. So that is what is good at. Some only gold, some GBPJPY and some trade every other pairs, but that's the business. Everybody with what works for them. But the fact is, doing this doesn't mean I should copy A. You understand? You can learn from A and implement your own. Fine. It's good like that. The old bottom line is make sure you're making money from the market. All right, so I'm just going to be looking at two pairs today. So I'll be looking at GJ first. As you can see, in the past week, we were able to make some couple of profits in the market, and it's been awesome. Yeah, so I want you guys to make money. Yeah, so if you look at GJ using our top-down analysis, you go to higher time frame, and we see that this market has actually been buying upward, and it has approached where it has approached a very strong resistance zone. Now, everybody has their strategies, they have what they're looking at for in this resistance, or maybe they are not seeing resistance, but that's the problem. It's a strategy that works for me that I'm explaining for you guys. Okay, so far so good. Since when markets took out this neckline here, we've had markets trending upward. And if you're a very patient trader, you always wait for market to come to the trend line and you tap in your buys. Okay, but those who doesn't swing trade are taking advantages of what is happening in the lower time frame. But remember that your higher time frame controls your lower time frame. So if you're a scalper, you're a day trader, always use your higher time frame to guide your day-to-day entries. Okay, so this line has been here for long and you're able to use it to monitor other trades. So we're very careful at what is happening in the markets. We outline our strong resistance from where. Let's go to daily. From here. So we had price reject from here, dropped, came back and dropped again, came back, dropped, then it's now at this place. So that makes it a verified resistance zone. Okay, and now those of you that have been following me since last year, we knew when this drop happened in our last market review, and I was able to predict that drop. So because a particular fundamental affected the market and it dumped massively like this, taking out every buys that has been going on since. So then I said to you guys that when you see this dump, the only thing that's going to make it push up is when it creates a very strong reversals, and this is a very strong reversal where we're creating what we call double bottom. This is the first one. This is the second one. Now, he has created that, and if you notice, it has not go below these two since. So now looking at this very well, anything that's going to make markets break off of this place, then we are expecting price to approach here. And it's not going to happen immediately. It can take from now to December. So now we're looking at a broad picture of GJ, right? We're looking at where it's going to go on the long run. All right. So we're keeping our eyes right there. So inside keeping our eyes right there, we also need to pay attention to some psychological levels like what? Here, this is a psychological level. Then this other place is a psychological level. Now, these things are what happened in where in daily time frame. Then we go down to 4 hours time frame. All right, so back to 4 hours time frame, we have this price broke, we tested, push up, came back, we tested on the demand zone, push up to this point. All right, so we took advantages of everything that's in some of the things that happened in the past. So what is the cocoa? The cocoa now is that market is currently where in the resistance zone. So what are we going to do? Since it's a strong resistance, like I told you guys that whenever you have all time frames align in a particular zone, in a particular area of value, either your support or resistance or your demand or supply. So what happens is price tends to react massively. You can see where price came to a higher time frame resistance, it dumped. Then it came back, it dumped massively. This is a lot of pips. Then it is now on that zone. Now, what do you think is going to happen? A repetition is likely going to happen. So how can you get your entries? You go to 1 hour and see what's happening there. All right, so there's a rejection forming already. You can see our bearish indecision candlestick right there. Okay, and for me, what I'm looking at, what GJ is going to do in what has been happening in GJ. So I expect GJ to drop. I expect GJ to drop. So we take our entries from 30 minutes or 15 minutes time frame. So when market actually opens and market comes down to this point, this is going to be my period for my entry. Maybe you are using SMC or you're using indicator or you're using alchemist or whatever strategy you're using. Well, the whole goal is to make money. All right. So you may have your own point of interest, so you want to take your entries, fine, no problem. But for me, you guys know I don't take entries immediately. So what I get to do is let markets settle down in London session. That's what I do. Then I find my entries because now, since my bias, what I'm looking at for GJ to do is to sell on the long run. All right. To sell on the long run. What am I going to do? I'm going to wait for markets to settle down in London session, okay, and see, okay, if what I'm currently seeing now is going to still be the same, like it's going to show me that, okay, I'm still going to sell, the market is still going to drop, then I'm going to get my entry. Those of you in foreign traders, we are going to get the entries. Okay, so now another angle that we need to look out for is where if price breaks above here, that is okay. You know, for the fact that price have rejected so many times here, it's likely going to break and it's likely going to bounce off. Okay, so how do we know it's going to break? I've told you guys this. Now, when you start having bullish candlestick forming on the resistance zone, as in multiple bullish candlestick on a higher time frame from 31 hour 4 hours, multiple forming on the resistance zone, we are expecting it to break above. All right. Then if you're having more rejection candlestick like this one is aligning, okay, it's aligning. So I expect a dump from the showing that the market is rejecting. And in the process of doing that, I can form a double top and boom, once you have a double top, then you are good to go. You sell. But when you start having bullish candlestick forming on the resistance zone, then expect markets to break above. And if markets break above this resistance, where are we expecting markets to get to? So let's take a look at that. So on the long run, we're going to aim at that important psychological level I mapped out in daily time frame. So if it breaks above here, I'll find my entry somewhere around there. Only from here to this place, you have 219 pips. It's a good one. If you just fix a little lot size, it's cool. So I'm looking at it two ways when the session breaks. Okay, so never forget what we are doing here. So overall, what am I expecting GJ to do on the long run? I'm expecting it to correct what? To correct this dump that happened last year. So I expect it to correct this dump. If anything that makes price to pass the psychological level, you know that is express all down to this place. And if you're a smart trader, you have multiple accounts on TENTRADE. You have the one for swing. You can even use a little lot size, open a buy, leave it like that. Ensure your stop loss is wide enough, but the wideness you should ensure that your target profit is like ×3 or much more than it should supposed to be much more than that if you're swing trading, much more than your what you're risking in the market. Okay, so that is GJ, what I'm looking out for GJ for short term and long term. All right. So if you have anything different from what's going to happen in the market during the week, we're going to know about it. And if you're yet to get a funded account, you know what to do. The link in the description, actually, sorry about that. In the description, you're going to click on it and you get your account on TENTRADE. Use the promo code FSMedia28. Okay, so you can benefit from the funded traders. All right, nobody's giving you free signals, but FS Media is going to give you free VIP signals as well as TENTRADE funded trader and you register that. So good to go. All right, that's DJ. So what is the next one that we're going to be looking at? We're going to be looking at gold. All right, one thing that you need to understand about gold, I'll just tell you, because I always address different kind of strategies that you guys use. The whole goal is to make money from the market. Is if you are using PA, SMC, indicator, gold actually works. It's just that it doesn't work every time. So you are the trader to know what actually works in a particular entry spot. You get so gold actually works in different in the strategies I'm aware of, which is PA, indicator, maybe SMC, yeah, cool, works there. So now gold has been bullish. Are we expected to just be buying? Looking for opportunities to buy is going to take a while. Yeah, but if you're a very good trader, you know when to sell even in an uptrend. All right. So if you want to ride a trend, you want to trade it according to the trend, that means you're swing trading. You understand? So, and you can actually buy on the inside the lower time frame if you're good in analyzing a lower time frame. So if you look at what has been happening right here, this is the all-time high of XAU. What is this thing now? Why is it opening multiple? Anyway, you know this is the point. Yeah, that's the highest point price has gotten to. And if you pay close attention, it has created a series of lower high and lower low. This is a lower high, lower high, lower high. And inside the lower high has created a rejection of an M and dumped like this. So what do you think is going to happen to gold? Okay. So gold, okay, let's go to 1 hour. This rejection right here came to break what? This support here, this interesting support. Now, if you are doing PA, you should know that what happened right here is a breakout and retest. Yeah, look at it very well. Gold broke out like this, came back for retest, formed a rejection candlestick, and it sold. Simple breakout and retest. So if your strategy is trend line breakout and retest or breakout and retest anywhere, you see that actually worked right there. Okay, so there was a breakout, it retest, it tested and it sold down to this point. So what that is happening on gold right now. So where do I expect gold to actually dump to? Let's go 15 minutes. I still expect gold to sell further. I expect gold to continue selling. But mind you, if you are trading PA, market can create a trend line liquidity. What do I mean? As it's trending downward like this, it can do what? Come up to take you guys out. Like this. Take you out and dump. You understand? So you have to be very careful when if you are doing PA. So as it's trending like this, trending downward, it's ready to dump, but it can still take you out as a result of a trend line liquidity coming back to this important zone, this PUI here, and it sells, it dumps. Okay. So if you are selling from here, you put a tight stop loss, or you wait for the entry that's going to happen. We're here. Sorry that I'm a little bit fast. I'm trying to make the video short and simple so we don't get to spend so much time watching the video. All right, so long story short, I'm expecting gold to continue selling. Where should it drop to? We go to higher time frame, 4 hours. All right. So here's an interesting point. So at this point, price broke out, right? Came for a retest, it push up to this place. So I expect price to come and test back this zone. So I expect gold to continue selling, okay? Yeah. So let's see what's happening in 1 hour. Right. So this is my bias for XAUUSD. Anything that changes in London session, I'll let you guys know in the Forex Traders group. Okay, so just short and simple, keep your charts simple. Weeks little to gain big one. All right. So you don't get to have series of drawdowns. Even if you have drawdowns, 1 week can take all the loss, like cover up for the losses, and you still be in profits. Okay, so GJXA is what I'm looking at for this week, and maybe any other JPY pairs. Yeah, any other JPY pairs. Yeah, I think some of them are already in that resistance zone I spoke about in GJ, but no problem about that. All right, so remember to check your what? Remember to check your news. So let's see the kind of news you're having for this week. All right, on a Monday, I've taught you guys how to read news for free. Yeah, there are other ways you can use the fundamental, but I'm not sharing that way on YouTube. You guys know that. So your interest is with the impact, the high impact news are not medium and low. So not all of the high impact actually move the market. Not all of them, but you'll be able to mention a few that moves the market, like NFP, CPI, and what again? FOMC. Then Trump tariff, take note of that. Trump tariff, Trump can talk anytime that can affect the demand and supply of the market. All right. So Chinese currency, that's where we have highs for Monday. So yeah, Monday is a free day. So whatever strategy you are using that's profitable, your technicals are going to work. Be rest assured about that. But if I have said this doesn't mean that it's 100% too, but it will work most of the time tomorrow on the Monday. All right. So okay, Tuesday. GBP high at what time? Okay, this coming morning. We also have it coming up 7. All right. So London session, GJ is going to and GBP is going to set the pace for what's going to happen on GBP JPY. So you see why I said, okay, this is what I'm looking at in GJ, but I'm going to wait for London session. There's a news dropping for GBP. Yes, that's unemployment rate. So after the news, I'll see the direction and the interpretation of the news where the market is going to be going to, because your fundamental controls your technical. Okay. So yeah, so for the rest of the day of Tuesday, if you're trading any other pair, yeah, I think you're good. You're good. Okay. So okay. On Wednesday, we have inflation rate coming up on USD. What time? 1:30. USD news are usually in the afternoon. Okay. In the afternoon. So watch out for this. You now should trade this already. I've taught you guys what to do, whether you're in the market or you want to break even or you want to trade after the market. So like I said earlier, if you are trading a pair that the news is coming up, oh, CPI is that same day. When is it? Yeah, it's true, it's true. CPI. Now, this CPI is going to move markets. It's likely going to push market. Don't be in the market where it's going to happen. Except you're trading the fundamental, you can be in the market. But if you already have a setup earlier in the morning, you can take your trades, scalp, exit the market before it happens. But if based on your bias, if you're expecting that when CPI drops, it's going to push up your trade, you can still be in the market. Or if you're in profits, you want to break even, you can trade your stop loss. All right. So whichever way, you know what to do. Sharp, just be aware and be aware of the risks you want to take during the dropping of the news. All right. So, okay, nothing for Wednesday apart from CPI. So, Thursday on GBP, we have this news high. Yeah, for GBPJPY in the morning, 7 a.m. That's London session. Okay. Same Thursday, USD. So from Wednesday and Thursday, we're trading USD pairs or GBP pairs. Shine your eyes. Then at 3 p.m., this one will not really move the market. So Monday, Tuesday, your technical is going to work. Then Friday is going to work. Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday is supposed to work. Be aware of the news that's coming up. At times, market can be slow for those days when news is going to drop. Market can be slow. Then after the news, market will pick up. It all depends on the pair and depends on the kind of news that's coming. All right. So just watch out. Stay glued to the fundamentals. Stay glued to the founder traders group. All right. So like I said, for the founder traders group, I've had one or two persons that have come in with different strategies. So we drop signals based on different strategies. If you are trading SMC, there's a signal for that same group. You're trading PAs, there's a signal for that. If you're trading alchemies, there's a signal for that. If you're trading indicator, there's a signal for it. Whichever way, whatever signal that you're dropping is, we're going to try as much as possible to ensure that it's a profitable one. Please always apply proper risk management. But the fact you want to trade, and maybe the next trade you now drop, you feel like, we want this trade, you now want to use because of that and knock and better lot in the other one. Don't go and want yourself in that. No. Still risk the same thing you're expected to risk according to your account size. All right. So because for the fact you drop a trade right now, it's in profit, and we're good with hit TP, the next trade now drop, you're taking that because of past results, it's going to give you that. It may not work. You may just have a loss. So that's why we always apply proper risk management in a trade. Never forget that, okay? Because your mentor who drops signal or your trader who drops signal can be profitable and you may not, because you don't know how to manage your trades very well. Greed want to finish you. So just relax, calm down, not the chase market. You understand? All right. So if you are not yet trading in the Forex market, get an account, start trading ASAP using TENTRADE. All right. So you hear me? You're under FS Media um umbrella. So you just follow up everything. We're doing more of this as it comes, just as I have shared you guys different of this so far in TENTRADE to help you. A lot of traders have been helped with the opportunities I've shared with them. So stay glued to this channel, keep dropping updates, dropping setups, dropping what we're looking at. Different kind of things that's going to enable us to make money. As long as I'm still trading, anyone that FS Media is following us diligently, trust me, you're going to make money as well. So just follow the process, okay? All right, guys, I think that'll be all for this week. So see you in the next one, next week, Sunday. All right, so take advantage of the current promo. Let me not forget that current promo is going on. Take advantage of it. 20% is going on. So take advantage. I don't know when it's going to expire. Maybe tomorrow being Monday may expire. I don't know. Or Tuesday. So, but take advantage of it. All right. Super amazing opportunity for you guys to make money this period. So just take the weeks. You will not die. All right. But take calculated weeks. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Before I go, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, so that's the best you can do for first media. Turn on your notification, all right? So that is it. Thank you very much, guys. See you.